Hey everyone, welcome back to Titans Talk, the series dedicated to DC Universe's Titans. Today we're going to be talking about episode number 5 titled Together. Now I am very happy to say that this actually was a really great episode. I liked it a lot. We finally had 2 great episodes back to back. But before I get into what I liked about it, let's first go ahead and delve a little bit deeper into what the episode is about. So the story of Together is that the Titans are hiding out in a motel, laying low, trying to learn a bit more about one another and their abilities, with the exception of Robin, who's trying to keep his identity secret. It's in here that we do get a decent montage as training sequence of being able to see about 3/4 of the Titans because Robin's trying to keep it on the DL. It's in this learning about each other period that Starfire takes it upon herself to try and learn a little bit more about Robin, essentially trying to get him drunk.
And got busy!
Then the Titans encounter the nuclear family who finally track them down at the motel. It's in this sequence that we finally get to have a great fight scene. It's also where Dick reveals himself to the rest of the Titans to be Robin, much to Gar's very much amusement and fascination because he loves Batman and he actually mentions it later in the episode after the big fight. But the fight sequences were actually really great. This was the best thing I think about the episode, was hands down this whole entire sequence at the motel. From the moment that they sort of do that training montage, I thought was great. But once they start to get to know each other and they start to have their powers sort of combined to fight the nuclear family, I hands down loved it. It was one of my favorite things of this series so far. Now, after this big fight, Dick goes off to find the leader of the nuclear family, the old guy who lives in like this penthouse apartment thing that we've seen in previous episodes. So he encounters him there and then comes to rescue after a big fight. Again, is Jason Todd, who did take up the mantle of Robin after Dick Grayson did. But we're going to talk more about him later and probably later episodes as well. So I'm going to only give a little bit of information on that one here. But in terms of the episode overall, the acting was really, really good. Everyone did their part. I even liked the nuclear family, who I didn't like previously. I don't know if it was because they actually got a new member because the dad had died previously, so they sort of brainwash another guy and add him back into the fold. But there was something creepy about them and much more likable this time than in the previous episodes. I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if it was just like their creepy nature, the way that they sort of interacted with trying to get information from a car salesman, whatever it was. But I actually liked them as well. But everyone did a great job. I don't feel like there was any weak links in this episode in terms of acting. So I think everyone did a really great job. Again, the action was on point. Love that fight sequence between the nuclear family and the Titans. Hands down my favorite thing. And it felt like we finally got a taste of the show we've been wanting to see. It took 5 episodes, but we finally got to see the Titans together, working together. It was a little bit clumsy, I have to say. Clumsy in the sense of this was the first time they're fighting together, so they're very unfamiliar with each other and their powers. But they do team up very well together when it counts. I think the biggest downfall with the episode was when Starfire couldn't access her abilities because it was nighttime. That, I think, was the biggest part that I didn't like, but we've kind of seen her powers on display before. We got to see them in just the last, 2 episodes ago, a little bit more. So I feel like she wasn't necessarily like the main focus, and we saw her powers a little bit earlier in the episode. But this was really a great chance to be able to see those different powers working in unison against a common cause, which is what I was really, really looking forward to and really wanting to see, especially in this series. Took 5 episodes again, but at least we got there. And then there's also the Jason Todd situation that I mentioned happens at the very end of the episode. Again, I'm not going to get too deep into it because he look like it's going to be in the next episode, as well as he's going to have his own titled episode. His name is actually the title of a later episode later in the season. So we're going to get some more interaction with Jason Todd. To what extent that will be, I don't know yet. I don't know if we're going to go full Death in the Family yet. I do feel like it's a bit early for that. But we'll see where it goes. But I'll talk more about Jason Todd probably in the next episode. In terms of Jason Todd, the look, I liked it a lot. I'm not sure about the kid. Doesn't quite look like a Jason Todd to me personally. But I don't really get a very good look at him. We get to see him very, very little. So I'm kind of holding back a whole lot of my judgments and thoughts about it yet until I get to see a little bit more of him. Overall, episode 5 Together was my favorite episode. I thought Doom Patrol and Hawk and Dove were really great, but this one I think is hands down my favorite. Absolutely loved everything about it. The action and story blended very well together, and we finally got to see the Titans working together, which we've been dying to see. The reason we've been tuning into this show, and it finally paid off. And for that reason, the overall grade I'm going to give episode 5 of Titans, titled Together, the grade of an A+. To be quite honest, I really just hope that they're able to continue this momentum of having 2 great episodes back to back. They're able to continue that in the next episode with maybe a 3-peat and beyond, and just continue to roll out those great episodes. After such a rocky start of ups and downs of those first couple episodes, I just really hope they can continue that momentum and continue to build the show in ways that make the audience actually want to watch. Because I was really loving this episode. I was drawn to it from the moment it started to the moment it ended. There was just things that kept me engaged, and I really hope the rest of the series is able to continue that momentum. So that's all I have for this episode of Titans Talk. If you have seen episode 5 titled Together, please feel free to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear them if you've been able to see the episode. Love to let me know what you think. Really interested to find out if people actually liked it as much as I did. So I really look forward to that. Also be sure to subscribe and tune in for next week when I have my next episode of Titans Talk coming out on episode number 6. Looks like we're really going to be heavily focused on Robin's background in this upcoming episode, so let's look forward to that because he's hands down one of my favorite characters, as I said before. But other than that, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.